Ari sumululeng. Let us laat ons begin. Asqaleni. It's 2:30 and we said that we are going to start at 2:30. Oh, I'm wrong, ne? Oh, apologies. Sorry. Apologies. Can I ask somebody to lead us with a song, and then we will ask Honorable Murwatsaitla to lead us with a prayer as we start with our meeting. Thank you very much.
You read in the Bible says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom. Show me somebody with a sober and wise mind. I will show you in any community a person who is God-fearing. Shall we bow? And I'm going to pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, and our Father through the blood shed on the cruel cross of Calvary. Master, at this point in time, we gather before your presence in the name of education, of our on behalf of these congregants, that as we are going to share views and ideas for purposes of the education of our own children, we do so with diligent, with sober minds of our nation. We want to pray the leadership up front. We pray for everybody who's going to share with this microphone to give a contribution, that we do so with sober minds as we build our nation. We thank you, Father, and we bless you. By faith, we declare everything possible and done. Amen.
Thank you very much, Principal. I want to first apologize that we are waiting for a second microphone that is going to help us to proceed. But be that as it may, we are not going to wait for that long. There is somebody with the name of Tivolani that is going to help us with translations in Venda, as people in the community are speaking Venda. Now at this moment, I'm going to give to the acting mayor, Mashabane Matozi, to welcome us in SASA.
Thank you very much, Program Director, for giving me this opportunity to welcome everyone who's attending this meeting. the chairperson of the portfolio committee, the deputy speaker in our province, Honorable Matibe, chairperson of portfolio of legislature, speaker of Tulamela local municipality, Councillor Fruperum Tewana, councillors who are in our midst, union leaders, SATU, and other formation of unions, SGBs, representative of student organizations, ma wosi ashu are abaone bukati ashu karite maitele ashu obatanganeza arurube mthombe chibaba chidadamwa ndondo. The councillor Abashoni Chipango Stephen, the member of mayoral committee in the Vembe district, representing the executive mayor of Vembe, Councillor Neguda Doeran, who is not in our province. Kaba Febotebo Tanganeziwa, you are all welcomed in this amendment bill for education. We are welcoming even the officials from from our national parliament. All our stakeholders, you are all welcomed. Kaba they will participate the way in it will assist education or education issue, even the way that we are expecting as the residents of Bembe, Kanasabazura Apoba, South Africa. Muchibiza mshumondo koribu chipinga chaba mpachoni cha orende welcome amwena muwe. Richiko respect chipinga china rabana chore ri shumise chipinga richiko mind auri from 7 o'clock until 11 o'clock idoba I load shedding. Thank you very much, Madam Program Director.
No, then the acting district mayor came whilst we were, so that's why I was giving the opportunity to the local mayor to welcome us. But siyabonga, siyabulela Tato Chipango. There is a senior traditional leader, Dade Tobele Manenze. Can we acknowledge you? Can we allow you a moment to? Oh, Abamis. Oh, call between the Colesbeck. We are acknowledging the Untatu Tobele Manenze. Now at this moment, I'm going to ask the honorable members first to introduce themselves, and then after that, I'm going to allow everybody that is in the table to make a round of introductions.
Dumela. Libitso la ka ke nna Tebogo Letsie. I'm a member of the National Assembly, serving in the Portfolio Committee on Basic Education. Kamadulo ke tswa ke le Gauteng, and I'm deployed here by the African National Congress. Thanks.
Dimasera Bode, Zina Langandi Katleo Suzanne Pala. I'm a member of the provincial legislature in Limpopo. I'm deployed by the Democratic Alliance.
Dumela. Libitso la ka ke nna Mafuze Yabo. Ke member ya Portfolio Committee ya Basic Education in the National Assembly, the 6th administration, deployed by the ANC.
Dumelang, Lina Laka Kinar Nelo Mashavela, serving the Portfolio Committee of Basic Education, deployed by the EFF. I'm from Mujaji's Kloof. Forward to expropriation of land without compensation. Forward. Forward with free quality education. Forward.
You are out of order, fighter. Molweni, mna igama lam nguNombuyiselo, Gladys Adjones. Ndililungu lele portfolio committee ye basic education, National Assembly. Nami ndithunywe ngumbutho we African National Congress. Ndiyabulela.
Dumela. Mahakesu lina laka Kironi. Sefane ke morwa tsetla. 2019 I was deployed into the 6th Parliament and further deployed into this all-important portfolio committee on basic education. And as a result, that's why nasi leribona rimo obiaganya dilo jatu tokia level.
Abshen, Biton Elvis Suela, the Oma Empumalanga, the Mishirosha Committee on Basic Education, the Melevandara African National Congress.
Ndi Matsiari, Enshikani. My name is Mate Susan Violet, Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Education in the Pompo Legislature. No matsanini inko.
Ndimasiare. Vatu bovuani. Nendifi matibech tereke Baldwin. The Deputy Speaker wa Legislature Limpopo. Ndi wanarane pa November ndi constituency yanga hey.
Di Masiari. Ne ndifi Madozi Shabani. Ndi mrado wa Executive Committee ya Tulamela Municipality. Ndi wanarane pa Bembe.
Ndi abashoni chipango ubva Bembe district ndi wanala pano Tulamela municipality nda
Ndi Masiari avudi. Ndi Fifulupelo Asnath Mtheiwana. Ndi Mulangadzulo kama masipala wa Tulamela. Ndi dzula pano Tulamela.
Thank you very much, Siyabonga. And at this point, I also want to acknowledge our NEC and WC member of the ANC, Comrade Soviet Lekhanyane. And as I do so, there are officials from DPE. And I think they are led by Utatu Ndlebe. Can they just rise for us so that they are known? Thank you very much. And then we've got Parliament. Can I also ask you to rise? Thank you very much. I'm gonna need now your translation because I'm doing the reasoning of why we are here. Eita, people of Limpopo, Eita. Eita, people of Vembe, Eita. Eita, people of Sibasa, Eita. I want us to agree on the approach. The information that I'm getting is that only here inside you are about 200. And outside it's about 100 and something. Now if you combine the number, it gives you 300 and something. And as we are sitting here, we are of the view that you are here because you want to make a contribution to the bill. So we need to agree, because I want to get a sense from you, how do you think our approach should be? Should we allow you one by one, all of you to speak? Or if there are organizations that have came as a group, should we allow one person to speak on behalf of the organization?
Ndiko ṱoḓa ri tshi tendelana kha kuitele. Hafhanoni nga ngomu ndo vhudziwa uri huna vhathu vha no khou swika maḓana mavhili. Ngei nnḓa huna ḓana na fuṱahe. Zwino ri khou tea u tendelana uri ri zwi itisa hani. Ri tendela vhone vha tshi amba nga muthihi. Kana arali huna zwiimiswa zwe vha zwi imela, vha kone u ita uri tshiimiswa tshithihi tshi vhe na muthu muthihi ane a amba o tshi imela.
We still don't have a mic, ne? Can I get hands just to give directions? Not many people, just to give a feel, because we want to be as democratic as possible. Wena baba, the second one will be you, and then there's a third one at the back, and then can you just guide us? No, don't be emotional. I get it. I'm Apologies, accepted. Second hand. Let us try to listen to him.
I humbly submit that you afford everyone an opportunity to speak and then present whatever that he or she is presenting in order to help with the issue.
Okay, the third one, same thing, sir? No. All right, ariteteletseng people. We are going to satisfy every vote. We are going to satisfy every vote. So there is a Tsonga person as well. Ne? Can you just quickly?
Mbara va kombela khomeriwa a va ha langute tinhlayo ta lava va nga vulavula ku sunguleni. So lava va nga na ku tsandzeka ku twa tindzimi tin'wana vulavula ku Xitsonga mi tshunxekile ku vutisa kumbe ku vulavula hi Xitsonga hi ta mi hlawutela.
And then, if there are people who are here who want us to translate in Tsonga too, we are going to do that. So I think, then the Afrikaners. Okay, all right, no, the ones that speaks Afrikaans, you can hear me, I know. But I can work Afrikaans prata, si problem ni. So exalma. So let's just try to accommodate languages where we know really there is a necessity because of the people around. Please.
Hune rabona zwi zwa ndeme ri tshi khou vhulunga na tshifhinga hune ra vhona uri ndi zwa ndeme hune dzi nyambo ri khou dzi ṱoḓa dzi dzoṱhe uri ri kone u dzi shumisa dzoṱhe.
A hi pfumeleleni leswaku hinkwenu hi ta tirhisa tindzimi hinkwato leti nga kona hikuva hinkwato ti na nkoka. Un'wana na un'wana u pfumeleriwile ku va a tirhisa ririmi rakwe.
I see there is a hand at the back. Can we give him an ear? Can we listen to him?
I can see that we are fighting one thing. So I'm thinking that it's better because if now even though we say we can have Tsonga and Venda and whatsoever language, we will still have a problem of the mic. And even if we put 4 people who are going to interpret those languages, we're going to take time because he will speak, and she will speak. So the better way, ask people who doesn't understand English, they speak up, and ask them which language they are understanding. Then after that, we go for that. You will find that most of the people here, they understand English. And if you are grounding yourself with other languages, well, we can hear you, but I can hear you when you're speaking.
All right, let us try to help one another. Can the people that speak Venda raise their hand? Everybody. So I'm going to speak in English then. Okay, thank you very much. Done. Thank you very much. Okay, well, thank you very much. Let me then deal with why we are here. You are here because the Parliament of South Africa have invited you to come and make your contribution on the Basic Education Law Amendment Bill. The Department of Basic Education is amending the South African Schools Act of 1996 because obviously they see that there is a need to do that. One of the things that they want to do, and we are doing that process, Tina, as parliamentarians, because for them to amend, they need us to pass the amendment in Parliament. Now, DPE want to strengthen governance in schools. And when I'm saying they want to strengthen governance in schools, there are powers that we know all of us are given to the SGPs. So they want some of those powers to be with the head of the departments in provinces, and of course some of those powers to be with the minister at a national level. And we know at this stage that grade R, for instance, is not compulsory, and the Department of Basic Education is proposing that we make grade R compulsory. They want to provide for financial systems also in schools. We know we've got SGPs and they are in control as we speak with the issues of the finances. But DPE is recommending now that the HODs must approve the financial movement in the school, or rather the minister must approve the financial movement in the schools. There are many clauses that DPE is proposing. So I'm just mentioning one of the few so that you understand there is an issue of SASA Act which the department has felt that there is a need to make some interventions in it and make some amendments in it. Hence we are here. And we want to take you to how we have started. The bill was presented to us last year as the portfolio committee by the Department of Basic Education. After we had received, it was of course sent to the speaker, but then after we have received as the portfolio committee, we looked into it, and then we have decided that let us allow the public to make written submissions. And there were many advertisements that asked for public to submit written submission, and that part we have dealt with it as the portfolio committee. But I must say to the public that it's an ongoing process because we received about 29,000 and something written submissions. And then after that, we have embarked on what we call in Parliament oral submissions. And in oral submissions, then the people who have made written submission, we invited them to go to Parliament. And they went to raise their views with us, what are their concerns with what the department is trying to amend. They've raised to us, they are supporting the clauses. There are many clauses that are there. For instance, the issue of use of alcohol in school. They have told us they support that, they don't support that. And we have taken those oral submissions as a committee. Now we are at the third phase and we are starting today with the public hearings here in Limpopo. We are going to be here for the next 3 days in Limpopo. So we are seeking your guidance as to what must we do, because this is the future of your children. And this is your country, and whatever decisions that we make as a country should be able to be proper for the future, which is our children. So I want to stop there. If there is further clarity that you would seek, we are going to allow you to do that. The intention is not from us to talk too much. The intention is for you to talk too much. And then Tina will listen so that we are able to process your views as public. I think you have mentioned it more than many times that this is a public hearing. So it's meant for you really to come and talk to us. So how I'm going to do it, I'm going to note 5 hands from this side. And then I'm going to note 5 hands from this side, which will be 10. And then you're gonna queue in these chairs as noted. And then you're gonna speak, all of you. Then we're gonna note hands after the 10 of you have spoken again. Can I start to note hands from this side? 1, 2, red cap. 3 next to him, 4 blue t-shirt, 5 next to her, 6 with a blue shirt. How many? Let me count 10. 7, it's fine, it's fine. I made my mistake, I'm correcting it. 7. Not when, ma'am. Yes. 8. Now we are gonna come back to you because it's an afterthought, your hands. So let's note another 8 this side. 1, 2. It's fine when you can sit there, gonna 3, yourself, yes. 4, Bab. 5, Mama, yes. 6, parades. 7, 8, the last one. So it's fine then. The speaking time is 3 minutes each. Each speaker is allowed to speak 3 minutes or less.
Thank you, Chairperson. My name is Ligarabadiwani Ethel. Support the bill, the Bela bill, which seeks to enhance the organizational efficiency of the basic education system to improve school governance, leadership, and accountability, transform education services, and protecting vulnerable groups to ensure learner well-being and access to learning. The draft amendment bill proposes to amend the South African School Act 1996, Act number 84 of 1996, and the Employment of Educators Act number 1998, Act number 76 of 1998, the SASA and the EEA respectively. At the 54th National Conference, we recognize that having achieved a commendable targets pertaining to access, redress, and equity, the ANC must further ensure that there is strategic alignment and repositioning of the basic education sector by prioritizing policies and strategies targeting the achievement of quality teaching and learning outcomes, enhancing the skills and competencies of educators, including the school management team comprising the school principal, deputy principal, and subject heads, and enhancing accountability systems to ensure the achievement of quality outcomes and the efficiency of the basic education center. I support all the clauses of the Bela bill because it will address problems amongst others, deteriorating learner school performances, dropping out and misconduct in schools, and challenges regarding learners' access to quality education as some schools deny learners admission. Malaysia's abuse to school governing body authorities to stifle transformation, uncertainty pertaining to home education legislation. I support in particular clause 2 of the bill, seeks to amend section 3 subsection A of SASA to provide that school attendance is compulsory from grade R and no longer only from grade 1, which will ensure all children are prepared for school. Clause 3 provides for the monitoring of school attendance by educators, principals, and the school governing body in order to address the dropout rate. Clause 5 of the bill seeks to amend section 6 of the SASA to provide for the governing body to submit the language policy of the public school and any amendment thereof of the head of department for approval to ensure schools don't discriminate against other learners on the basis of language. Clause 7 seeks to amend section 8 of the SASA by providing in clause 7 subsection A that not only any applicable provincial law, but also constitution of the RSA and the SASA must be considered when a public school adopts a code of conduct. Clause number 9 seeks to amend section 9 of the SASA by providing a list of acts of serious misconduct and clarify what constitutes an act of serious misconduct by learners. I therefore submit.
Program Director, thank you so very much. Viva SATO, viva. SATO, I'm not going to be too long. I don't want to monopolize this session. So I'm going to speak to two items. One, corporal punishment. On the definition of corporal punishment, before I could start off with the definition of corporal punishment, let me indicate that as SATU, we are supportive of the Bela bill. Nonetheless, nevertheless, all the same, we're saying on the definition of corporal punishment, it is absolutely controversial. And we're saying this because we are at the coal phase. We are the ones who are serving the Department of Education right on the ground. Let me try to set this scenario. Two learners are fighting within the classroom environment or right on the public school premises. Then what needs to be done by a teacher? You should remember that a teacher is serving the Department of Education in loco parentis. So as such, the teacher, it will be the responsibility of the teacher to make 100% sure that these learners stop fighting. For example, the teacher will have to move towards the two learners that are fighting and will have to pull one learner away from the other. So, according to this clause on the definition of corporal punishment, it says pulling a learner is tantamount to, or it means you are meting out corporal punishment. So on that basis, we're saying no, this type of clause, 3 paragraphs, A, B, C, should be gotten rid of. We're not supportive of that as SATU. Number 2, I'm going to be brief and sweet, short and sweet. Number 2, on the fundraising issue, we're saying we cannot allow liquor or alcohol to be used or to be sold on school premises for fundraising purposes. This is morally unacceptable as we're not living in a satanic state. And therefore, I present. Thank you.
Thank you, Program Director. I've got 2 questions. In fact, I was having 3, but the last one was covered by the previous speaker. I want to ask the delegates. Amitani Milton Masitulela, the school principal of Gateway Primary. I'm happy that we address this issue with academics here. But I want to pose a simple question as to whether before you bring this document to the attention of the audience who are present here, did you involve the academics or the professors on this matter? 2, the issue of corporal punishment. We are aware, I think starting from 2001 or year 2000, we are aware that corporal punishment is outlawed. Nobody is allowed to administer corporal punishment to a learner. Anybody who administers corporal punishment is violating the rights of the child. But you amend it to such an extent that you'll be in prison for a period which is not less than 12 months, or both fine or imprisonment. Somewhere there, Section C, forcing a child to stay in uncomfortable situation. I am not sure as to whether some of us here, some they are educators, we know exactly what we are talking about. If a learner disrupts my lesson, sitting at the back, and I'm the facilitator, I'm forced to take that child, put that child in the forefront, so that my lesson will went well. By so doing, you are saying we commit a misconduct. So I'm not supporting that bill. 2, You are saying we are not allowed to force child or learners to do exercise. On the curriculum, there is a subject called life orientation. There are marks that you need to score for that particular learner in that exercise. So you are saying we are not allowed to do that. Where are you taking our country to? On the issue of school governing body, are you trying to invite more application to the head of the department to say we want to sell liquor after school hours? What morals are you trying to install in our kids? So I'm objecting Bela bill. Somewhere I do agree.
Thank you. I'm Marore Thelma from the Democratic Alliance. With the Bela bill, we don't support it by the following reasons. Language and admission policy. The Bela bill will remove the power of school governing bodies to make decisions about the language and admission policy for their schools. That's why we are saying no support. Keeping SGB powers. We as the DA, we believe that communities know the needs of their school better than politicians. The Bela bill undermines communities and seeks to centralize power in education department. We also have the systematic issues. The Bela bill ignores the real issues in our schools. It has no regulations that will solve the following problems. Drop out. We all know that every year at the beginning of the year, we have got so many learners in grade R. But the very same group that will reach grade 12 after 12 years, you find that it almost half. But the Bela bill is silent about that. Lack of resources regarding teachers, classrooms, schools, libraries, laboratories, ICT, infrastructures, and more. Safety in the school, safe infrastructures. There are many schools that still have pit toilets, and some of our children are still using bush as their toilet. But the Bela bill is saying nothing about that. We still have mud classrooms, dilapidated buildings, asbestos roofs, no water. We also have poor quality educators. The Bela bill is silent. Learners and teacher safety at school. We have got this as our concern. As the Democratic Alliance, we are not supporting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think here we are giving inputs in the amendment bill. So hopefully we have to focus on the acts that have been amended, whether insertion or omission. So one would like to indicate that as SATU and as principal of the school, as SATU, my name is Nemunkura Shumani Zwanubaloi Badzimubo Shumandikare. So I mean the purpose here is to identify the insertions that have been made and the omission that has been made and addition that are necessary. So that is when we deal with the amendments of certain acts. And I think here we are not doing presentations. We are coming here to give inputs on the amendments of some sections under Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill. So one would like to indicate here under the section that talks of finances where the head of department would be the one to approve financial transactions that are happening at schools. One would like to be clarified as to whether even the claims of those who we send to buy things should be taken to the head of department to approve them before we do everything, or we do purchasing, or we do whatever we want to do at the particular school. So want to be clarified there. And the issue of compulsory education, that you indicated that grade R will be compulsory. Yes, we agree with the Bela, and we allow it to happen that way. We agree with the Bela. But one would like to indicate the issue of compulsory attendance as to whether it is amending that one to say a learner who is under 15 years is subjected to be a compulsory education, and if found not at school, his or her parent can be convicted. I don't know, so it is not clearly said here, the compulsory, but we know the first compulsory is grade R. But what about the one that used to say at the age of 15, or are you saying at the age of 17 when he exits grade 12? We are not very clear on that particular issue. Another area that I have identified in this amendment is code of conduct by a learner. You said it very clearly, and it's very clear to everybody, and it's very explicit. But my problem is, it has an element to say you can apply for exemption. A learner can apply an exemption from that code of conduct that we've agreed, all of us as parents, teachers, and learners. So he applies for exemption. So we don't know, we must be clarified there. Or how is it clarified? Finally, finally, section, this one is privilege.
Thank you, Program Director. My name is Neparama Chilidzi Albert from ACDP. We as ACDP, we don't support the bill due to the following facts. The DBE has stated that as an employer, it can force educators to teach CSE and other programs that are in conflict with the educator's conscience. The bill should be amended to include freedom of conscience, protection for educators. Parents shaped also have freedom of consciousness, protection for their children with the right to opt out of CSE classes. The comprehensive sexual education cannot be separated from the values and belief system of parents, as this involves closely held beliefs. DBE spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga has stated in the press that the only way parents can opt out of the new CSE lessons is by sending their child to private schools or homeschooling them. But Clause 37, Section 51 states the proposed home education program is suitable for the learner's age, grade level and ability, and predominantly covers the equations of contents and skills at least comparable to the relevant national curriculum determined by the minister. Clause 37, Section 51 in subsection 2 state that the parents must arrange for a learner education attainment to assessed by a competent assessors annually up to end of a year in which the learner reaches the age of 15 years or complete grade 9, whichever occurs first. And subsection BB against standard that is not inferior to the standard, determined in the national curriculum statement and submit to the head of department and the end of each phase, and as evidence of the learner's educational attainment, the learner assessment report signed by the competent assessors. Read together, this means that the parents will have meet requirement of the CAPS curriculum which the DBE says have been in place since 2000. Some of these parents have removed their, thank you.
Chairperson, members of the committee, thank you for this opportunity. My name is Johan Hauman. I'm a father of 2 school-going children. I'm also a member of the school governing body at Law School Utrecht. And I beg you, even though our voice might be small, but let it not be ignored. First, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to submit comment. We reaffirm our commitment to the advancement of quality public basic education. It is important to note that the current formulation of the SA Schools Act is based on cooperative partnership, i.e. first level governance, national level, second level, provincial level, and third level school level. It must also be noted that the Constitutional Court has repeatedly endorsed the principles of cooperative governance as contemplated in the White Paper on Education. Our comment is thus based on the principle of cooperative governance and partnership. The SGB is not opposed to all proposed amendments, but only those as stated in the submission. Based on Bela, it is evident that the drafters do not regard SGBs as worthy partners. Where views are expressed that differ from those expressed in the bill, it should not be seen as an attempt to be obstructive. It is an attempt to enhance the principle of partnership and the pursuit of excellence in public education. The question that begs to be answered is, does the state wish to revert to a state school model, or does it wish to retain a public school model? The SGB fully supports the following principles: no unfair discrimination on the basis of race, gender, and arbitrary ground. School facilities must be utilized fairly and educationally accountable. However, we have objection to the admission policy, Section 5. In terms of Section 5, the HOD has the final authority. This is not supported. We propose that the current formulation must be retained. The Constitutional Court has pronounced on the legality of the current formulation in the case of MEC versus for Education Gauteng versus Governing Body of Rivonia Primary School. We believe that the formulation current will not, as proposed, will not comply with the principles as stated in the Rivonia case. Chairperson, furthermore, the language policy. Proposed amendment to Section 6 is not supported. The head of the department may approve the language policy of a public school or any amendment thereof, or may return it to the governing body with such recommendations. Notwithstanding the provisions of subsection 2, the head of the department may direct the public school to adopt more than one language or instruction. The In respect of the constitutionality hereof, the provision of the SGB may determine the language quality of the school is rendered irrelevant by the provisions of the proposed subsections 5 and 13. Other contentions amendments, section 9 and 10, learner discipline. We agree fully with the principle relating to prohibition of corporal punishment. Thank you.
Nda. Ine sa mu Africa ndi ḓo amba nga lwa hashu nga Tshivenḓa tsha hashu. Ndi Saddam, ndi Jeffrey wa Mashuḓa. Nda ndi tshi khou ri kha u tou thoma ndi ḓo tou ri kha heyi bill ndi khou vhona i tshi khou yo dzula zwavhuḓi, ndi khou i sapota nga nḓila yene yo dzulisa zwone. Ndi Saddam wa Mashuḓa ene nda vha muraḓo wa ANC na zwiṅwe zwiimiswa zwinzhi zwinzhi zwa tshitshavha. Bill ndi khou i sapota uri kha ituwe yo tou ralo, i shume i ri thuse nga nḓila yo teaho. Ndi vhona i bill ine ya vha i khou katela vhathu vhoṱhe, i khou katela na vhathu vha vhaholefhali, i khou katela na muthu muṅwe na muṅwe nga nḓila yo tou raloho. Ndi nga si vhuye nda ṱuwa ndi khou tou zwi khakhisa. Ndi khou amba uri kha bill yashu kha i tshimbile yo tou rali, i ye phalamenndeni, i shume nga nḓila yavhuḓi ngori yo ṅwalwa zwavhuḓi nga nḓila yene u a kona u zwi vhona uri zwo tea uri i kone u tou tshimbila nga nḓila yoṱhe yo teaho. Ndi nga tou ri zwiṱukuṱuku zwanga ndi zwezwo zwe nda khou vhona uri bill ndi khou i tshimbidza zwavhuḓi. Ndi khou dovha nda tou submita kha vhaḽa vhaṅwaleli vha fhano vha phalamennde. Nda.
Thank you. I will speak in Chivenda because I'm an African. I am Adam Jeffrey Masuta. I'm a member of the ANC and other societal organizations. I support the bill because it is promoting a lot of things and solving a lot of problems that we encounter in our schools. And I won't even have much to say, but most of the things that I have written, I will submit them there. I fully support the bill.
Yeah, Chairperson, I'm Nemarigini Chiriro Joseph, deployed here by African National Congress, and I'm standing here supporting the bill because it seeks to enhance the organizational efficiency of the basic education system to improve school governance, leadership, and accountability, transforming education services, and protecting vulnerable groups to ensure learner well-being and access to learning. The draft amendment bill proposes to amend the South African School Act 1996, Act number 84 of 1996, and the Employment of Education Act 1998, Act number 76 of 1998, the SASA and the Employment Equity Act, respectively. In the ANC 54 National Conference, the ANC recognized that having achieved commendable targets pertaining to access, redress, and equity, the ANC must further ensure that there is strategic alignment and repositioning of the basic education sector by prioritizing policies and strategies targeting the achievement of quality teaching and learning outcomes, enhancing the skills and competencies of educators, including the school management team, comprising the school principal, deputy principal, and subject heads, and enhancing accountability system to ensure the achievement of quality outcomes and the efficiency in the basic education sector. I support all the clauses in the Bela bill because it will address problems, amongst others, to redress deteriorating learner school performance, dropping out and misconduct in schools, and challenges regarding learner access to quality basic education as some schools deny learners admission. Malicious abuse of school governing body, also authority to stifle transformation, and uncertainty pertaining to home education legislation. I support in particular Clause 2 of the bills, which seeks to amend Section 3 in brackets 1 of the SASA to provide that school attendance is compulsory from grade R and no longer only from grade 1, which will ensure all children are prepared for schooling. Clause 3 provides for the monitoring of school attendance by educators, governing body to submit the language policy of public schools and any amendment thereof to the head of department for approval to ensure our schools don't discriminate against other learners on the basis of language. Clause 7 seeks to amend Section 8 of the SASA by providing in Clause 7 in brackets A that not only any applicable provincial law, but also the Constitution of South Africa and the SASA must be considered when a public school adopts a code of conduct. Clause 9 seeks to amend Section 9 of the SASA by providing a list of acts of serious misconduct and to clarify what constitutes an act of serious misconduct by learners. Chairperson, I hereby submit. Thank you.
Chairperson, thank you very much. And thank you very much, Patamedi, Malume, Chairman. Nendifia I'm the chairperson of SATU in the region of Vembe. Viva SATU, viva! We would like to indicate first and foremost that we support some of the sections that have been amended in the bill. We, however, have serious issues with some of the sections that have been amended. Because as far as you, Chairperson, you said that the bill, the amendment seeks to strengthen the schooling system. We feel that these sections that we'll talk to do not contribute to that particular section. I will speak only about one, that of corporal punishment, the reassigning of some of the actions to the corporal punishment now. I'm not going to be politicking here. I know some of us are politicking. We don't want to politics here. I'm a school principal. I work at a school every day. I'm from school today. I know what is happening at schools. On the amendment in terms of corporal punishment, be there is kicking, shaking, throwing objects and burning, scalding, biting, pulling hair, boxing ears, pulling and pushing children. What do you mean by pulling and pushing children? Remember, there are no exceptions here. Imagine two learners are fighting. You pull one away and you pull one away. You have corporally punished that particular learner. It will be difficult to administer this in a school situation because there are no exceptions in this particular amendment. If there are exceptions, then we can support this one, but no, we don't. My other comrade here spoke about forcing children to stay in an uncomfortable situation. Evan, what is uncomfortable situation? I was sitting there. I was not comfortable. Comfortable situation refers to the operation of your mind. Am I comfortable? Am I uncomfortable?